For $1 million, would you stop spamming Reddit asking what people would do for $1 million? Why or why not? Only if you tell us about the sexiest sex you ever sexed. I would, but then I would pay 1 million people $1 each to ask Reddit. Right? I sort by new and I swear the money question is posted at least 50 times a day, every day. No, I need to farm karma. If I can't do that, is there really any purpose left in life? Let's see the million first. Look what you've become. Which Mandela effect messed your head up the most? The one that always gets me is particular to my friends and I from when we were kids. There was a creek that ran under the street in the neighborhood and we would sometimes hang out in the banks on either side of the road. There was this big rock that we would sit on all the time. Except one day we were walking by and it wasn't a rock. It was a small tree. Fully rooted in and established, and the rock was nowhere to be seen. Mind you, it was an extremely heavy boulder. We passed that spot all the time and all of us remember that rock. We call it the shape-shifting rock. Fruit Loops became Fruit Loops, then Fruit Loops again. Okay, hear me out. First of all, in Brazil you typically don't go to school. Middle school or high school. Doesn't matter. For the whole day. You are in school either in the morning, usually 7:30 a.m. to noon, or in the afternoon, usually 1 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. Every single person who was a kid in Brazil and was not in school in the mornings when 9/11 happened remembers watching Dragon Ball Z and having it be interrupted for the breaking news of the attacks. And I mean everyone. It comes up every time someone asks, "What were you doing when 9/11 happened?" Except DBZ wasn't on at that time. Someone checked the airing times and compared to the time when the attacks happened. Definitely not on. Still, a whole generation of kids is 100% sure they were watching DBZ when the news broke out. Edit. Wow, this blew up, etc., etc. Also, holy fuck, everyone saying that this isn't real and they edited the timetables after the fact. You sound like conspiracy theorists. Look up Occam's razor. This has been thoroughly discussed by Brazilians on the internet. It's not something new. Someone else said it in this thread. The TV show that played DBZ wasn't even aired on that day. Fruit of the Loom logo with a cornucopia. Ready WIP, I swear to God there was an H in the WIP. The one I'm part of. My National Guard unit. From the deserts of the American SW. Was in Afghanistan for the winter of 09-10. During that time, our hometown had one of its very rare snowfalls. Rare enough that we all watched it on Armed Forces TV because it made national news. The Mandela effect? The records all show that snowfall was the winter of 08-09 when we were home. But none of us remember it happening while we were home. It happened during our deployment. Edit. After a few comments explaining this as some fault in my memory, I decided to add the following. https www.reviewjournal.com/local/weather/las-vegas-slammed-by-historic-snowstorm-in-2008-photos-1 553,317. https m.las-vegas-sun.com/news/2010/mars/31/400-nevada-soldiers-return-home-afghanistan/. Those of you unable to distinguish between deserts of the American SW and the Northeast are just on your own. Married people of Reddit. What do you miss about being single? Things being where I left them. Not having to consider anyone else when making a decision. Just being alone and being able to do whatever I want. Not having to justify myself to another adult if I'm getting takeout 2 days in a row. My own bed. The things I miss? Cleaning the way I want. I have a thing about liking to clean when no one else is around. Just because how I do it takes time and has a weird system to it. What's the worst part of depression? If you ever need help, then please know that there are many qualified people who would like to help you. https www.iasp.info/resources/crisis_centers. http www.befrienders.org/ http www.suicidepreventionlifeline.org/gethelp/lifelinechat.aspx http www.samaritans.org/how-we-can-help-you UK https www.lifeline.org.au/get-help/. There are crisis services worldwide that are trained to provide support. They are designed to give temporary relief from feelings that are overwhelming you, and while they are unlikely to fix any underlying problems, can help you get through a tough night per week. Chat services are usually available on these sites. In the U.S., calling 211 or going to their website is a free referral source. They have providers who will see you regardless of your ability to pay. Just as you would see a doctor when you are sick. You deserve to take care of your mental health. Everything becomes heavier. Every single thing. The complete loss of who you are. You remember having a personality, hobbies, pretty much any desire to do anything. And then it's just gone. You don't want to talk to anyone. You don't even want to get up and use the bathroom. You could lay in bed for hours and not even notice because your brain has just completely and totally shut down on you. It is isolating and exhausting to experience. And all the while you're blaming yourself for being so useless and pathetic. You literally just lose yourself. ETA. Since this comment has blown up, I feel compelled to add. Depression doesn't manifest the same for everyone. If you feel like you need help, there are resources available. It is possible to improve and find yourself. You can also always message me and I will respond. The forgetfulness and lethargy. I am so done with it, but here I am. It can be self-sustaining. You feel depressed, so you withdraw. Withdrawing makes you feel depressed. Can get stuck in a never-ending cycle. Lack of motivation to do things like wash and brush your teeth, which just makes you more depressed. A vicious cycle, if you will. Edit. Thank you for the awards. I am glad I could make so many others who have struggled with hygiene feel seen. And I must remind you all, it will always get better eventually. Stay strong. What do you really want to buy, but not sure if it's worth the money? Tattoo removal vs just getting it covered up. I work at a tattoo shop, so the cover-up would be free. But I'd have to show my mentor the tattoo in question. A tramp stamp that says, "Work hard, play harder," and I know he'd never let me live it down. A sewing machine. I'm interested in cosplay, and just dressing up in general. Business class flights. Really like the idea but really can't justify the cost. An air fryer. Everyone is telling me they're fantastic, but I'd hate to buy one and only use it once or twice. Nintendo Switch. Honestly. A house. I'm single. And I know it's a terrible market. And all my friends ever do on the weekend is talk about how they need to fix different parts of the house. My rent increased 17% this year. And I'd love to have a house to make it seem like the money isn't completely going to waste. But I don't want to spend my life thinking about ways to fix it up. I'm not even that handy of a person. So the result wouldn't be anything amazing, I'm sure.
Subscribe, my brothers.